The Phillies look to secure the series win as they get ready for Game 2 of a 3-game series against the Chicago Cubs. Welcome into the Phillies Fan Podcast here at Big Fan Sports. I'm your host, Jaden Harper. And before we get started, I do want to remind you I will be live on Friday when the Phillies take on the Atlanta Braves at 7:20 Eastern Time. So make sure to come in, check that out. That will be live on Friday. But tonight, the Phillies get ready for Game 2 of their 3-game series against the Chicago Cubs at 8:05 Eastern Time on MLB Network for Out of Market and on NBC Sports Philadelphia. So this is a big game for the Phillies. They're looking to win their 57th game on the season, which is still leading in the major leagues. They're the only team in the major leagues on July 3rd that have not lost 30 games this season, which is absolutely incredible considering how they started. It is mind-blowing that the Phillies are where they are right now, but it's not surprising when you look at the roster they have. And it's big when your players are winning Player of the Month awards. That's what comes down for Bryce Harper, who won the May Player of the Month award and now has won the June National League Player of the Month award for the month of June. What a month of June. He had over 1,000 OPS. His last 2 months, he's in 49 games, 64 hits. So he's had more hits than games played. A 342 average, 14 home runs and 40 RBIs, at 30 and 39 runs scored. He has an on-base streak, a hitting streak, going. He obviously is on the IL right now. This is the first National League player to win back-to-back Player of the Month awards since Andrew McCutchen back in 2012. He joins Aaron Judge, who also won back-to-back Player of the Month awards. He won it in the American League. He won it for May and June. So both of them have been on historic tears, and both of them look to keep it going. They're both going to the All-Star game. They're the quote-unquote captains for their respective leagues. They were the 2 voted in first. They're on track to be the 2 MVPs once the season ends, but it'll be interesting to see because there is still Shohei Ohtani in the National League, and the media loves Ohtani even though he only hits. He doesn't field. He doesn't do the extra things that Bryce Harper does at first base. So it'll be interesting to see who becomes the National League MVP in 2024. But the Phillies have been dominating in pitching as well, as Christopher Sanchez wins the June National League Pitcher of the Month award. He capped his June off with a complete game shutout last Friday against the Miami Marlins. He had an incredible month of June for the Phillies in 3-0 record, 5 starts, 33 innings pitched, a 1.64 ERA, a 0.818 whip with it, which is historically low. 23 strikeouts, allowing 4 walks, and 9 strikeouts against the Marlins in his complete game shutout. He becomes the second Philly this season to win the National League Pitcher of the Month award. The other one was Ranger Suarez. He won it back in April. So the Phillies pitching and hitting, but especially the pitching, has been dominating all of the competition. And we get to tonight's starting pitcher now, which is Zack Wheeler. He has a 3.66 ERA in his career against the Chicago Cubs. He will be on the mound tonight. His last start was a little shaky. He did allow a couple runs, but you could blame it on the umpire. You could blame it on the bullpen, but the Phillies did lose that game. He got a no decision. He's looking for a bounce-back start on the road. His last start on the road was the worst statistical start of his career. He allowed 8 runs, 4 home runs against the Orioles back on Father's Day. So this will be his first start since then on the road. He has been another pitcher who's been huge and incredible for the Phillies this year. A 2.73 ERA, 112 strikeouts, 38 walks, a 0.98 whip, and a 9-4 record this season for the Phillies. He is, on paper, he is the ace of the Phillies, but when you look at the stats, people would think he's the 3rd best pitcher on this team. That's how good this team is. So Zack Wheeler taking the mound tonight. He will most likely be in Texas along with a lot of other Phillies. The starters get revealed tonight on ESPN. That's at 7 o'clock. Bryce Harper is already in. Alec Bohm will most likely be in. Trey Turner, late push, 2 home runs yesterday. Hopefully he is in. We'll see about the other positions, outfield and catcher. But for now, Bryce Harper's in. Alec Bohm will most likely be in. And the pitchers will obviously be revealed on Sunday. The Phillies have a lot of good candidates who could be going to Arlington, Texas in 2 weeks. But again, I will be live on Friday at 7:20 when the Phillies take on the Braves. Make sure to check that out. I'll be back here for a recap of tonight's game. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching the Phillies Fan Podcast, and I'll see you next time.